Hello, my name is Jen. I am Guatemalan and was initiated as a Mayan wisdom guide or daykeeper following the Cachiquel lineage. Today I want to share a bit about the sacred 5-day period called Wayeb, which begins this Gregorian year on Thursday, February 13th. To explain it, I will begin by mentioning two Mayan calendars from the calendar system. The most known Mayan calendar is the Chul'ich. This calendar has 20 Nahuales or Mayan day signs with 13 numbers each. So it is a cycle of 260 days. This calendar shows the relationship or connection between humans and everything in creation. It helps us reconnect with our essence and the essence in everything so we can remember and return to balance. Then we have the Ab calendar, which marks a 365-day cycle. This calendar has 18 months of 20 days each, plus an extra 5-day period known as the Wayeb. The Wayeb serves as a transition period between cycles. In the Mayan cosmovision, this period is sacred and very important. The elders say that what we do in these 5 days will influence our lives in the coming cycle. That is why we retreat, reflect, and go within, doing a recapitulation of our lives from the closing cycle. In this 5-day cycle, we also reinforce our communication with the sacred energies, ourselves, and the beings around us. We do physical and energetic cleansings to clean our spirit, mind, and body. We also clean our houses, altars, and workspaces, taking out old and broken things or things we don't use anymore. We can also fix things or finally do what we normally leave for later. We can also work around forgiveness if needed, or with releasing any low vibrational thought, belief, feeling, or habit. It is a perfect time to pay debt and help people. When we share our abundance with others, and when we are grateful for what we have in our lives, more of that can come in the next cycle. As this is a purification period, we also avoid any excess or damaging habit, food, or substance. Some people even fast or follow a detox or cleansing diet to take care of their bodies. But it is up to each person to do whatever feels right for them. So following these precepts, we prepare ourselves for the new coming cycle. In the Mayan calendars, there is a specific energy for any cycle. There is a specific energy or Nawal for each day, a specific energy for Tresena, which is a cycle of 13 days, a specific energy for the month in the Ab calendar, and a specific energy for longer cycles in the different calendars. So the Ab cycle also has its specific energy, marked by the Nawal of the first day of this cycle. This is known as the year bearer. There are 4 year bearers with 13 numbers each. So 4 times 13 gives us a cycle of 52 years. A year cycle with a specific number won't repeat until 52 years later. That allows us to focus on something specific on each Wayeb because we work with a different group of Nawales each time. The year bearer for this ending cycle is 12 No'ok. No'ok represents knowledge and wisdom. It is how we transform the knowledge we have gathered into wisdom. It helps us pay attention to our life experiences and the teachings they bring. And the number 12 invited us to close cycles or bring closure to something in our lives. In this closing cycle, we were invited to focus on what we needed to learn from something that kept coming back to our lives so we could finally bring closure or end a repeating pattern. I heard from different people this year how they struggle with issues connected to the past. And I personally also needed to face things from the past that arose again in my reality because they needed to be seen. So I had to work around that. The number 12, being a catalyst, wanted to ensure that we didn't avoid doing the inner work anymore. So we needed to take a closer look at these things and find the teaching behind them or what they were trying to show us about ourselves so we could bring closure to what we had been dragging and make the necessary changes. When we continue ignoring what something in our life experience is trying to show us, it is like trying to push down a beach ball and keep it underwater. It will take a lot of energy and strength to keep it underwater because it will constantly be pushing up to float. So in the end, it will find its way up by sliding away from our arms, or it may even hit us in the face. So what did you need to learn and understand in this closing cycle that invited you to make positive changes in your life? If you still don't know, you can work on finding out during these 5 days of the Wayeb. It is only up to us to learn to end whatever doesn't help us grow, heal, and evolve. Now, I will give you a general or a basic view of what you can work on or focus on this specific Wayeb, guided by the Nawales that fall during this period. The first day of this Wayeb will be 8 Noach, falling on Thursday, February 13th. The first day of a Wayeb will always have the same Nawal of the year birth of that closing cycle. That's why both are Noach, but it will have a different number. On this first day, we say goodbye, so to speak, to the year bearer of the closing cycle. It is like the year bearer is given back its staff of authority, and we begin this period of recapitulation, taking responsibility for our energy. If we paid attention to our life experiences on this last cycle and found the teachings they brought, we can transform them into wisdom and change our views, beliefs, and actions. The number 8 invites us to do that, to change the way we see something, opening ourselves to new possibilities and realities. Number 8 also represents the complete energies in the physical and spiritual realms. And connected with Na'och, it invites us to find wisdom not only in the physical, but also connecting with the wisdom of our souls, higher self, spirits of nature and ethereal realms, guides, the universe, source, or whatever you connect with in the spirit realms. The second day, Friday, February 14th, will be 9 Tichash. Tichash refers to healing, among other things, and the number 9 represents feminine energies. Feminine energies include receptivity, intuition, nurturance, creativity, compassion, patience, and connection with emotions. It is different from the action-oriented masculine energy. So once we've realized something specific we learned in the past cycle, or brought something to our awareness, we can step today into healing that aspect of ourselves that led us to that realization. You can focus today on any healing modality, making sure it is nourishing and based on compassion for yourself and others. The third day, Saturday, February 15th, will be 10 Kawok. One of the things Kawok represents is the womb. Women have a physical womb and men have an energetic womb. This power center is where we gestate energetically and give birth to whatever we want to bring to our reality. So, what do you want to give birth to in this coming cycle? And just like the midwives clear any obstacles for the baby to be born, we can work around anything that prevents us from bringing new things into our lives. And number 10 refers to manifestation. Once we have an idea of what we want, we can take the necessary actions and connect with the appropriate energy to bring it to the physical, to bring it into the physical form. The fourth day of this Wayeb, Sunday, February 16, will bring the energy of 11 Ahku. Ahku invites us to an inner journey. It invites us to move away from victimhood, where we blame others for what happens to us, and invites us to take responsibility for our lives. Number 11 brings things up to the surface to be seen. So, what did the last cycle bring to the surface for you? You cannot ignore it now and pretend you don't see it. Today, we need to take responsibility for an ignored aspect of ourselves and integrate it so we can embrace the light. The fifth day of this Wayeb, Monday 17, will have the energy of 12 Imosh. On this last day, we match the same number from the closing cycle, which was 12. And the number 12 invites us to bring closure to something, as I said before, or to close cycles. And Imosh is the energy of the subtle realms, different from this closing year bearer, which was Noach, because Noach sometimes gets us stuck in the mental patterns. Imosh invites us to get out of our heads and connect more with feeling and sensing, because it is about connecting with our true essence and the essence in everything. He invites us to go within to connect to our truth instead of only looking for it outside or giving our energy to people who are selling us their truth. So after this 5-day period of introspection, we are ready to welcome the new year bearer for the new Ab cycle, which will be 13 Eid. And we celebrate this on Tuesday, February 18. This is the general energy that will govern this new cycle. 13 Eid tells us that this will be a year of changes and a year of transmutation. Most of the time, we know what needs to change in us or in our lives, but we continue to make excuses. There is something I see a lot when people celebrate the new year in the Gregorian calendar, for example. And is that they wish for the new year to be better, bring the things they most desire in their lives. And then a little time into that new year, things are not going the way they wanted, and they say, I thought this year was going to be different. Well, the beginning of any cycle doesn't magically clear the slate. Whatever we haven't resolved, changed, healed, concluded, or transmuted, we will continue to drag cycle after cycle. It will intensify those things we have postponed examining so we can finally take responsibility for being the change we want to experience instead of only praying for change to come. If we were able to bring closure to certain things in the past cycle, in this coming cycle, we can now step into the energy of transmutation. What do you need to let go? To let go of that doesn't let you experience your true self. It also refers to our soul and spirit. So it is time to find what our spirit longs to bring to our life experience versus what our mind and conditionings think we need. To open to a new life experience, we must change our perspective and how we see things. And I know change is scary, but also necessary for evolution. As an ancient philosopher once said, change is the only constant in life. It also refers to communication, inviting us to pay attention to how we communicate with ourselves, the spirit realms, and others. Use your words wisely, as they have the power to create, but can also destroy. And number 13 also refers to the realm of the ancestors and the beings or spirits on the other side of the veil. This year, we have the opportunity to learn from our ancestors and make the necessary changes to heal our lineages for future generations to come. So I hope this general view inspire you in your journey. And if you want to go a little bit deeper into experiencing this Wayeb and let it guide you in your journey, you can register for the video retreat I am offering online. In it, I share more in-depth the energies of this Wayeb through some videos and give you tips and exercises to consciously live these sacred 5 days of introspection. You can contact me for more information through my website, mayanreadings.com. I wish you a blessed Wayeb and an exciting Ab year. May you be able to bring to your physical experience what your soul is longing to express and create for your highest good and the highest good of all. Thank you for your attention and blessings on your path. Bye-bye.